Are you having a hard time making candy apples, coming up with the right candy apple recipe, or you just can't get the hang of candy apple bows? If you answer yes, tune into this candy apple tutorial because I will show you how to make candy apples using the candy apple kit. I will give you my honest opinion on using this candy apple kit. I will also let you know if you're just better off making candy apples homemade. I am using the best candy apple cleaning method with lemon juice, baking soda, and salt. This candy apple cleaning method will keep your candy apples green on the inside. I used 1/4 cup of real lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of baking soda, and 1 tablespoon of salt. This candy apple cleaning method is the best because not only does this keep your candy apples green on the inside, you dip your apples in this candy apple cleaning solution for 6 seconds. You pull your Granny Smith apples out, you dry them off, and I guarantee you, you will have a crisp apple underneath your candy. This is the candy apple mix from the candy apple kit. It also came with 10 candy apple sticks. I will not be using these wooden candy apple sticks. I just never had a thing for wooden candy apple sticks. I am going to be using my own. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I pour my candy apple mix. Okay, 1 cup of water. And it also states 2.5 cups of sugar. Now, if I have to add all of this to this candy apple kit, I'm probably better off already just making this from scratch. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I know the candy lady, when I was a little girl, I don't know about you guys, but when I was a little girl, it used to be the candy lady down the street from my grandmother's house. And she used to make these candy apples using this candy apple kit. This is the color. This is a pretty red. Make sure you have a candy thermometer. It says to let your candy cook to 302 degrees. I'm not used to that, but I'm going to do what the box says. Now, I usually let my candy cook to 300 degrees, but the box states 302 degrees, and that's what it is. So I am going to dip an apple to see what it looks like. It doesn't say to add any white or anything. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's translucent. I am adding white. I'm sorry, I break the rules. I am adding white. I'm giving this a good stir and dip my apples. I couldn't find the tiny apples. The box states it makes up to 10 candy apples. If the Granny Smith apples or whatever apples you're using 1 to 3 inches in diameter, these Granny Smith apples are a little bigger than that. So it's interesting to see how many candy apples I will be able to dip with this candy apple mixture. Now, I did have to reheat the candy because the candy did harden up on me. So this is why you see the candy apple mixture bubbling all of a sudden again, because I did have to reheat it. I don't know, we might get 10. We might just get 10 candy apples. This is a pretty red for candy apples. Pretty red candy apples. I don't think we're going to get 10. It seems like I don't have enough candy apple mixture to cover the apples. I think my apples are too big. So let me grab a smaller apple. Okay, so I think you will be able to get 10 apples if you do have smaller apples. Yes, I think you will be able to get 10, but I am not going to be able to get 10 with the Granny Smith apples that I have because they are slightly bigger than what the box states. And I know just looking at this apple here, I am not going to have enough candy. This is good because my apples are actually bigger than what the box suggested. I was able to get 8 candy apples down to the candy apple bows. Scissors, your lighter, and your ribbon. Okay, so first things first, make sure your ribbon has double face. This is so that this side is a satin look and the back side is a satin look. So they're the same on both sides. So make sure you have double face, and you can get this ribbon in my Amazon bake shop by clicking on the link down below. Take off the plastic here. I always just cut this tip. I want tails today, so I'm going to roll about 24 inches of ribbon. Go around your index and your middle finger. And you go up in between the two. And then you take this ribbon and you're just going to wrap it around your index finger. So you take this ribbon and you go around your index finger only. Once you do that, the ribbon is going to hang down behind your middle finger. You take this ribbon and you tuck it in between your middle finger and your index finger. The little V that sits at the bottom. You just tuck all the ribbon. I take this flap that I just pushed through over. So now I'm forming my bow. Take this ribbon, tuck under the flap. Pull the ribbon up. Pull the ribbon down. You may have to tug at it a couple of times to make sure your candy apple bow is tight. Take it off your fingertips. I take my scissors and I cut slant up. And then I take the other side and I cut slant down. And I burn my tips to prevent the ribbon from unraveling. My opinion on making candy apples with the candy apple kit can be used, but you must add white to prevent your candy apples from being translucent. And you must have the tiny Granny Smith apples in order to get 10 candy apples like the box suggests. You also need to probably add some butter, vanilla, or whatever flavoring you're going to use to give that candy apple a boost of flavor. I think you're better off just making candy apples from scratch using the 641 candy apple recipe to get 12 plus candy apples. Fluff out your candy apple bow. If you have enjoyed this candy apple tutorial, make sure you stay tuned to watch my next candy apple tutorials coming up right here on Candy Apple TV. I'll see you in a few seconds in my next video.